Recently, I booked 101 guys in a day.
I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
I don't know how to explain it, like...
So out here acting stupid. That's how you explain it. Let's get into it.
So this woman on the screen goes by the name of Lily Phillips. Okay, she is obviously an OF model, as you guys could see by the title. And recently she did a, record-breaking streak, right? In which she ended up talking about the fact...
These modern women be breaking records in the wrong way. Just stupid.
Fact that she was intimate with 100 men within a 24-hour span.
So I am Britain's #1 slag. Recently, I booked 101 guys in a day. And yeah, I'm just a massive slag. That's all I can really say.
And basically what she does is a lot of like extreme record-breaking things on her OF page. And this particular thing that she decided to do ended up going viral, but not because of the content in which she is already used to doing. Or
so she made a comment there. She has a lot of record-breaking stuff on her OF page, which means that this is a pattern of behavior. Going back to what men look at when they ask you, so how many men have you been with? Is this like, oh, well, it was just a phase. Still can't let it pass. You guys are doing a lot of weird stuff out here that should not be accepted. Record breaking in the wrong way. Once again, out here just acting silly. Okay, I'm going to break the record. So continuing to go to the extreme. I'll go to the extreme over here. I'll go to the extreme over there. Oh, you know what? I do 100 guys in one night. I love that.
The records in which she's used to breaking on her channel, but more so because of the after effect of how she reacted after going through everything that she went through in that day of being intimate with 100 men in 24 hours. It was, the look of regret on her face as she was interviewed immediately after the situation took place.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum, and I think I had a sandwich, and that was and then the rest. It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard.
So as we can see in like this, deep pause and the breathing and, the looking out into space, I noticed that the first thing that she said immediately was like, it's not for the quote unquote weak girls, but women being the weaker vessel. It's not for any kind of woman, to be honest, right? Like, we're going to get into that a little bit later. But also, I'm noticing that throughout this conversation, she's trying to lean on comedy to act like everything is all right. But she clearly looks like she is dismantling and broken down. And again, this was immediately after she just completed doing all of those things.
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different.
And we can see like, right, like her eyes.
No, it's not different. You're trying to explain something that most men and women with common sense already know. You went out there, you set a goal to do something, and you shouldn't have been setting the goal to do that. Instead of saying, I'm going to go out and feed 100 people on the street, you said, I'm going to go out and get 100 dudes. Do you know how dangerous that is? All purity and morality aside, do you know how dangerous that is? What kind of decisions do y'all be making? Who be telling y'all that? Who do y'all have around y'all to allow y'all without saying anything to you to go along with this, to go through with this?
Are red, her nose is red. It looks like she's been like boohoo crying. She's clearly not okay. Like, this girl is not okay.
I don't know how to explain it. Like,
it's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah.
We know.
Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
You can hear when the interviewer asked her like, oh, so it's more intense than you thought it would be. And she, we hear her voice break. And she responds and says, definitely, like, as she's literally on the brink of tears, and they cut the camera from that point on.
Well, you have to understand that all of these guys, any dude that would sign up to this is an absolute animal, and he's waiting his turn. So honestly and truly, your limit in a night for some of these ladies like this is probably going to be somewhere around 4 or 5, to be honest with you. If you're giving your energy and like, oh yeah, I'ma just go with it. These guys are coming in, whether they big or small, trying to break your back. They trying to put it on you. 100 dudes, 101, however many, all 5 are trying to come in. And especially if it's regular dudes that y'all be saying don't get no play. And there's got to be some incels in there. They coming in trying to break your back. They're going to be trying to do things with you that they've been fantasizing for about 10, 15 years now. Are you up for that? Are you ready for that? Like I said, very, very dangerous, extremely careless mistakes. It's not even a mistake, extremely careless decision that you're making with your body.
But I think that we definitely need to deep dive into this conversation because there's so many different factors that are at play when these situations take place, right? Like there's so many other younger women watching, younger women listening, like the influence on places like TikTok in which she's, promoting her content.
If you're wondering what to get your boyfriend or husband for Christmas, how about me? I promise I'll give them the best night of their life.
Girl, what?
The influence over there especially for younger women is massive, right? And so it's like, oh, if you're doing these things for attention and then we look on your social media platforms and stuff like that and you have, nearly 1 million followers, then these are the things that we're going to have to do to push the needle to kind of like be like you, live our best Birkin life, go on trips and all that kind of stuff. And I think that we have to look at the responsibility that these women are having on the younger generation of women and, again, their level of influence.
Did anyone see the recent video of Lily Phillips talking about how she felt after the 100 Men experience and she started crying? Like, what did you expect? How did you expect to feel? Did you expect to feel nice? Did you feel like you accomplished something from doing that? Did your soul feel good? Like, I don't know what you expected and you're crying. Like, you violated yourself. You allowed yourself to be violated and now you're crying about it. I don't think people feel sorry for you. I think
they shouldn't.
Are disgusted by the whole thing. And I think you should feel like that with yourself. And I think you do feel disgusted with yourself and what you're putting out there for other young girls to see and think it's all right and acceptable, because it's not. It's actually disgusting. And yeah, I feel no sympathy for her, and I'm quite glad she's crying. I'm quite glad that young girls are seeing her cry so they know that it's not all right.
What this woman had to say in this clip, I completely agree with. I agree with it. If you put your hand through the fence and it says beware of dogs because you will get bit, and you get bit and then you're crying, you did that. You did that. You knew what you signed up for. You knew the impact that it could potentially have on you, but because, again, you are so willing to do these things for money.
And not even just money at this point. The money takes a side. It takes a back seat to their. It's an ego, but it's in a different way. It's like the thrill of it. She's in it for the thrill of it. You can see in the interview, and I think I've seen that interview in the where she was with the guy, and she was like UK's #1 woman of the night, basically. The twinkle in her eyes was, oh man, this is going to be something for the ages. They're going to be talking about me. I'm going to be the center of attention. This is one for the books. And this is what a lot of modern women do, just on a smaller scale. Oh, I'm going to go out here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a part of this. And then after it happens, they realize, wait, what the heck? That wasn't the greatest decision I've ever made. I actually regret that. And men been saying, we told you that. As a matter of fact, we've been telling you that for 5-10 years. And you act like you didn't hear me. And I'm not, well, why don't you take me back? Well, I'm in that headspace now. No, I don't want it. Go try to find another man down the street that's going to take. No, I want you. Please. No, go try to find all these men, all your options that wanted you before. I don't want you, but you're the only one I want. I know. That's why I was telling you before you go down this road, don't do this because I'm not going to want you. That was 3 years ago. Now you're coming to me with 10 kids talking about, oh, I just want to be with you. I realize the error of my ways. Same thing here. She crying because she made a stupid mistake, or a stupid decision, I should say.
And for fame, you know, you just go to a place where it makes you feel numb. And then because you can't come back from that, you just keep going and going and going, and you're convincing again all these other women that you're so happy. And it's so interesting because this interview of her crying recently went viral, but a lot of the interviews that are publicized of this woman in her conversations are not of her being sad about it. It's her being like, oh yeah, you know, I don't got no shame. I'm proud. My parents are proud of me.
You have a father?
Yeah, I'm really close to my family.
Is he just like, is he like sick? Like, what does he think?
No, well, yeah, they love that I do it. They always tell me they're really proud of me.
All of it is foolishness, and in my opinion, it's just a facade. Again, to sell it to other people that she's okay with this decision making. But this vulnerable interview that she had immediately after showcased the truth. And I'm happy that people are hopefully going to be able to see through the nonsense and see and focus on the truth.
I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like,
I think that people have to really pay attention to the way in which she is reacting, her emotions, and the way in which she's talking about this, right? Like she's sniffling because she's crying, right? And then she's like, it felt robotic, and it felt like if you were to hear just a clip of that interview, right, and not know the context behind the story, you would think that this woman was put into something against her own will, not something that she promoted, not something that she booked for, not something that she is making a profit off of. Like, you would think that this woman is doing this against her own will. And the reason why is because it is not emotionally okay with her.
like it just sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like,
she's not okay with these things. Now, a lot of people were saying like, oh, well, she seemed happy during the situation. And even after this particular interview, again, this was the first interview immediately after, even after in the other conversations, she's trying to like laugh it off, kiki, act like everything is cool, calm, and collected. Like, girl, we know that you're not okay. It's clear. You're snot-nosed boo-hoo crying, and you're saying like, oh, you know, this is not for the weak girls because it's not so easy. But if we're genuinely honest, it's not okay for you either.
And I'd like to call out, let me see if I can find it here, the dude that was hugging up on her, like trying to.
Recently, I booked 101 guys in a day.
I certainly didn't expect to see Lily
Hugging
so
her back there. Y'all see hugging her back there.
upset at the end of it all.
I don't know how to.
Hugging her. Like, why? I mean, instead of holding her accountable,
Recently,
and I understand.
Booked 101 guys in a day.
I understand you don't want to add insult to injury. You don't want to kick somebody while they're down. But this is something that you did. Instead of hugging her right there, you should have hugged her when she was saying, this is what I want to do. I'm about to do this and it's going to be great. Why weren't you hugging her then? Why didn't you pull her close then on camera and say, listen, that's not what you want to do. Friend, twin, that's not what you want. Whatever kind of language you want to use to get to her, to make her stop and think, hey, I know this is probably something that seems like a good idea, but I don't think you want to do this. But no, it's all fun and games. It's, oh man, it's going to be a great experience. My parents happy. I'm going to make so much money, but the money ain't a part of it. It's not about the money. It's about having the experience. And I'm here for the vibe and the plot twist. Well, the plot definitely twisted this time. And it really, honestly and truly twisted a lot of times, but you didn't care. And this time, these boys came in, like I said, trying to go for it. Oh, I'm robotic. By the 30th, when I was robotic, you was really tired before that. You was really done before that, but you kept on powering through. Okay, let me get up and get some water. Okay, let me get up and get a snack. Let me take a break. My legs tired. Oh, my neck, my back, my hips, my throat, all that other stuff. Let me take a break, but there ain't going to be enough breaks to power through 100 full of energy. Men, my God, think about the person who was waiting towards the back, who's been waiting all night, who's been amped up, ready to go. Think about the person who's towards the middle, who's like, well, she's kind of like there, but you know, there hasn't been a lot of men that have been with her just yet. I mean, 50, there have been a lot of men. Oh man, but maybe there won't be. And he ready to go. He's got plenty of energy. He's not tired. He's not tired at all. Think of the dude, the first 5 dudes that have been waiting for months, been doing whatever they doing in private, but then saying, you know what, I'm going to cut that out because this week is coming. This week is on its way. No pun intended. Pause. This week is about to open up and I got to save everything that I have for her. And I'm about to do it. We about to get this on. So I'm about to run in here. I'm about to hit this up real quick and I'm going to get out of Dodge. And it don't even have to last that long. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 30 seconds, if that. But some of these guys, they want to spend a little time with you. Some of these guys are infatuated with you. This is the type of man that you coming into contact with. And these are the types of men that guys out there be telling you to watch out for. Oh, well, all men are trash. No, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to be around this man. This man is bad news. Oh, well, I'm going to be okay. I'm safe. I'm this, I'm that. No, you're not. You don't understand the severity. Once again, good men out there, chivalrous, generous. Generous doesn't always mean a man giving you money. A man is giving you advice freely. A man could stop a woman on the road and give her the game and say, I saw you over there, young lady. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not for you. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to keep you safe. I know I don't mean nothing to you, but I'm trying to tell you right now, whatever you're about to do, that young man over there, he ain't got nothing for you. He's bad news. Oh, he, thank you, sir. And then turn around and get on TikTok. Oh man, did you see what that man said to me? These old men need to mind their business. Oh man, these old men always trying to control you. And then that's how you get in situations like this where you need a hug. Where's R. Kelly at when you need him? Heaven, I need a hug. Is there anybody out there willing to embrace a thug? No, nobody's out there willing to embrace a thug. Nobody's out there willing to embrace an idiot for doing stupid stuff. River said it right here. And another lady said it right in there. I don't feel sorry for you because you was out there playing games. You was out there doing what you knew you had no business doing. This didn't happen immediately and overnight. This is something that you had been planning, promoting. Hey, if you got your man, give him me for Christmas. Hey, if your man ain't doing nothing or you guys in this area, hit me up with the link below. Let me know something. Y'all about to get it. God knows if these, and they probably did wearing protection, probably had to wear protection, but my God, it's still sweat, just saliva and all that stuff all over you. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for your life? And your parents are happy? If your parents are happy about that for you, they're delusional. They're delusional and they need to be sent to prison. No ifs, ands, or buts. No lie at all. No cap.
It's not all right. She's allowed herself to be violated. She openly allowed it, encouraged it, laughed about it, smirked about it, you know, put it out there. She sold her soul basically, and I think she's feeling it now. And yeah, I feel no sympathy for her. So yeah, no sympathy for you and your actions and what you're pushing out for young people and young girls and young boys to say, like, the narrative is all wrong. And I'm quite glad you're crying.
My head think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember.
Told you.
And that's it.
Told you.
But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know?
Out of 100 people.
I told you. About 4 or 5 in, it's going to be enough. And she's going to be like, man, I can't do this. That's really all, truly, if you think about it logically, how is a person going to handle more? Like, there's people that be going, like, think of it as rounds. Oh man, I went 4 or 5 rounds. Oh man, that's a lot. And people be saying like 2 or 3 rounds is like, oh, we went 3 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds. And that'd be a lot. Think about having to do that over and over again. At about 5, you're going to be done. You are going to, whether you're getting what you one out of it or not, your body is done. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, there's dudes out there that could probably go like the whole night. But for what she's doing, these men are coming in, plowing, getting out, coming in, plowing, getting out. How long can you take that?
Even process, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet.
When I decided to start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
This girl was.
Heard men say, oh, when she wants to date in a few years, it's going to be impossible. Why do you care? Why do you care? Maybe she doesn't want to date anybody. Maybe she doesn't want to get married. Maybe she doesn't want to settle down. Maybe she doesn't want any of that. Like, why the f do you care about her future? It's not your future, it's hers. Secondly, what's the difference between sleeping with 100 men in one day and sleeping with 100 men over the course of a month or a year? What's the difference? And what's the difference between sleeping with 100 different men and sleeping with one man 100 times?
You're not supposed to be doing that. Sleeping, what'd she say? Sleeping with like 100 men in one night and 100 men over the course of a month or a year. Neither of them are good. And any man with common sense is going to tell you, you should not be doing that. Please, nobody wants that. Number one. Number two, what's the difference between sleeping with one man 100 times? That's probably called a commitment. That person is probably with that person. That, like, they're probably together. And so you're not, do you think about what you're saying? Did you think about what you were saying? And so if they're with the same person, then I don't think women like this, modern women, get the concept of like keeping certain things in and keeping certain things out. This is just common sense. I think she's just talking to be talking. If you allow 5, 6, 7 people in your front door all at once versus allowing one person in, which is harder to stop? Which is harder to control? Most people would say the 5 people trying to rush in at once. If I only have to defend one, that's easy. Even if it's a big person, that's easy. I can manage that. But if it's 5 people, they don't have to come through the front door. They can come from the side. They can get on top of my roof and they can come in and ambush me. But if a person, it's only one of them and I can go through and secure or protect myself from these people, from this one person trying to get into my house, trying to get into my environment. And this is how modern women think. They create multiple openings and multiple ways for men to have to try to plug this hole and plug that hole and get over here and stop this and get over here and stop that. And at the end of it, the man is tired. He don't want to do nothing else. He just quit responding. I don't know what happened. Why is he like this? Because you was acting a fool. And then at the end of you acting a fool, you said it was okay for you to be acting a fool. Why would a man want to deal with that?
I understand.
So would you be fine with having a...
I understand what goes on when having sex. That is life. But bad things happen all day. Well, you know, I might get cancer tomorrow. Why would I not want to do something that I enjoy?
You know, her response.
It just, and that's her mentality that got her into this situation. Just carelessness. This is once again why men be asking about your body count. How careless have you been? Why should it matter? Carelessness. Women are going to ask men questions about their finances, questions about their looks, questions about who they hang around. Who are you following? What girls are you following on Instagram? Why does it matter? Why are you following her? Why are you hanging out with her? That's my best friend from childhood. You don't need to be with her. Y'all are too close. Are you insecure? Why does it matter? Because y'all might, and she liked you. But when a man questions the actions of a woman who is actually out here bragging about doing this stuff and saying, how does this make any sense? Why do y'all care? Don't come up to me talking to me about, I need a man. God, please send me a man, when you done ruined yourself, when you done acted a fool with every opportunity given. But that's just my opinion. To the next video.